Let's go deeper into that, the trade barriers and tariffs in particular, and the constant uncertainty, Mr. Brende, over what the United States will do next, what the Trump administration will do next. Is that something that makes the world even a more difficult place to manage? If tariffs are constantly going to be revised, are constantly the subject of negotiations, where does that leave the most certain World Trade Organization, and where does it leave the world in this Trumpian universe that we are now seeing?
So there is a lot to unpack there. As I said at the outset, it is surprising how strong and resilient the global economy has been so far. It is growing around 3%. That's not bad. It's not as good as in the past. But the tariffs are creating uncertainty. But what we've seen in the last week that adds uncertainty is that it's not only about tariffs, but you also see that one is doing policies related to trade around licensing. So the Chinese are not exporting a rare earth as in the past, and then there is tit for tat. Americans then don't export important parts, for example, aircraft engines. So we have the tariffs, and then we have also trade barriers coming up. On the tariffs, it is intense negotiations going on. The UK made a deal with the Trump administration. Now EU is the largest market in the world, is negotiating, and you know the threat is 40–50% tariffs imposed 9th of July if there is not a solution. What we've seen so far, though, it has a tendency to reach a solution in those negotiations. So let's see, but of course the US-China piece being the most complex one because they're almost 50% of the global economy together. So if that is not going well, because there have been hiccups in the last days, that's a one to watch.